Alright everyone, welcome and thanks for joining in. Today I'll be starting my first city for you guys on this channel, and we'll be building on the Zwolle map. We'll be building a Netherlands inspired city, full of tight packed neighborhoods and a tight packed city center. So let's get straight into it. We'll just be calling the game Zwolle, European themed, and we will not unlock any of these. We'll just play the game vanilla, because that's the way I like to play it most. I will be cheating a little bit sometimes with the Plopit mod, but you'll see how I'll do that. So let's get straight started. Alright, and here we are in the game. This is our map. This is the map we will have to play with. We have already a lot of nice infrastructure laid out for us here. And this is our starting tile, and we'll be starting in this corner today. But as you can see, we already have a lot of train lines that goes to the outside of the map on either side. Two big highways that meet each other right here. So we have a lot to build with already. First, I want to change the entrance of our city. We have this beautiful entrance road here that comes straight from this highway junction. And this is for me okay for now. But I really want to change this railway intersection, because I think for the city we'll be building right here and right here and right here, it would not look like this in the Netherlands. So let's get straight to that. I'm gonna delete some of these roads, and then I'm gonna get this same road and enable my anarchy. And I even wanna go a little bit further back to like here. And I'll take this road and sink it into the ground. With like this 4%, that should be okay. Then we can take it under the railroad, delete a little bit more of this, and we can snap it into each other. Oh, ships. And we can snap this road into each other with the curve tool, 180 degrees. 0, just like that. Alright, then we'll take this railroad, we'll give it a little note here and a little note here, and we'll upgrade this here to a nice bridge. Yes, just like that. And I think that's a way more proper entrance to this city, just so the rail and the cars don't have to cross each other. Alright, right here, I want to make our first intersection, and I'm just gonna take this four lane road, and I'm gonna take it right out of here for further expansion to this side. And then I'm gonna take this two-way road, and I think I'm gonna plop that just in here, just like that. And as I already said, this will be the first place we'll be building our first neighborhood. So I'll take this road like a little collector, and I'll take it just around here. Let me look if I can come up with something nice. And even though we don't own this style here yet, I think it is a good idea for us to already take this road on the ground all the way over there. Alright, and with this first collector in place, we can start thinking about our next road layout. And I think a road like this would be good. And then maybe a nice little curve and a straight road section here. Yes, I really think that would be nice. And then we can take this road like this and make a roundabout of this. Okay, cool. Now I want to make some more suburban like streets, and we'll take just the alley for that and extend these a little bit, just like this. This one we can take to here, make a little square just about here. Yes, like that. I think I like that, and I know I'm building just outside of the zone, but I think it will be okay for now. I want my snapping back, so I can snap right onto here. And I want to take this road to here, I think. Yeah, that would be nice. Then we can curve this road a little bit, 90 degrees, maybe to around here. Extend it. And we now have a nice little place to get started on some residential. Now, I already have some custom roads built for me, because it's of course not the first city that I built, it's just the first city for on YouTube. And with these roads, we can create some nice parking streets for our row housing, just like that. Yes, good. Same I want to do around here. First take an alleyway. Oh, that's not placed the right way. I take an alleyway. I'm gonna take a parking road. Just like that. We extend it a little bit here. Just like that. I think that'd be nice. We can take a road and give it a nice little curve into here. Alright. Can also take our parking road and extend it a little bit through here. And even though it may look a little old now, I think this will be quite a nice starting point for us. So I already thought it out a little bit, and I want to be starting, because we are building Dutch themed, with this Dutch styled row housing from the Dutch pack also. And I want them level 1, because I think that will be the nicest to be starting out. And I want to start out with the 3 deep ones, so we have a little bit bigger of a backyard on these, as you can see. And I will be filling in the places for these first. Alright, I already really like the look of this. It looks a little barren now, because we didn't add any pathways or custom parking or anything like that. But I already really like how it's starting to look. So let's add a little extra infrastructure around it. I most of the time really like to tidy all these houses up with some pathways in between them, give them a back access, because that's something we have everywhere here in the Netherlands. We always have a back access to our home, and it's always quite easy to access your back garden. So I really think this adds to the realism of it. Alrighty. Now I want to mix in some of these because I really like these assets too. And in the Netherlands you would a lot of the time see them mixed in just with the normal row housing like we have now. So I'm gonna place one here and there. I'm gonna give it a nice little connecting pathway just about here. Very nice, and we'll be making sure that there's some dedicated parking for these buildings too. But I think it's first time to look at some of our utilities, our electricity and water, because we also have to fulfill that for our citizens. Now I already looked around a little bit before I started this recording, and I think this place here would be a very nice place for us to get started on some utilities. So let's get straight into it. I first want to upgrade this road, so I'm gonna put some of the snapping off so I can take the middle of it, because I don't think that in the real world this would be just an alleyway. Maybe this road here that is a little bit older, that comes from an older time. But for now we'll upgrade it, and I think that it will be nice for us to take the road and take it straight through here, so we can make a key of this if we have the tools available to us. We can make actually a roundabout of this one, and then we can take our alleyway and make a little bit of a grid here. I'll take it like these, and I'll make a sort of frontage road right here, 90 degrees. And I'll take this one right here. Alright, and I'll trim this off. It's very simple for now on, and we'll be decorating everything fully later on, of course. But here we can take our substation and we can connect it with our high power. And I also already want to take it straight through here, even though we're not gonna connect it up to something yet. We know we have this connection here now. Then I want to block off these roads, delete this and delete this, because I don't think there would be a road underneath of these high voltage power lines. And we can actually take care of a bit of our own electricity production right here on this sliver of land. I think that would be a nice place for it. So I'm gonna start out with actually not the bigger ones, but with the new smaller ones, because I think they fit a little bit more here. I'm gonna disable the snapping, place one right about here and one right around here. Take an electricity line, connect them up and straight into the road. Yes, and I'm fairly happy with that. Now we need to take care of our water. And now we also have to take care of our water. And for starting out, I think we'll be just using the sewage disposal, and we'll be sticking it for now just next to our solar. We'll connect that up to the road around here. That is already connected to there. We'll just have to make sure that both the electricity and our water will get all the way over there in just a second. But we first need to pump some water. And I actually already knew that we have some place to do that here. And I think I want to have our water station here. Just want to place it nicely in the middle, so that we can make some parking behind it in the future. But we first, of course, have to need it working for now. Alright, now we can make sure that this is all connected up. So I'll take these pipelines and get them right under this big road. Alright, and then it's almost time to start the simulation, but I first actually wanna get started on a little mixed use or a little shopping for our residents. So I was thinking we could actually do that in this part here. So if I draw a road right around here, and then maybe to here, and then back to here, we have actually quite a nice shopping area just here. And then this part here we can fill up again eventually with some housing. Yes, I think that would be nice. Yeah, quite nice actually. Alright, I'm happy with that, and this of course will be detailed up a lot more, but I first want the game in the state that I can go to play, because I also wanna manage the money a little bit. So let's get straight started with it. I'm gonna disable my filters, and I'm gonna look what could fit here. Actually wanna have some mixed use if possible. Level 1. I really like these assets. They're modded. I think we could use them here also a little bit. Maybe we do a little pedestrianized area around here. So we take the street right through here, so we have a nice connector for all these people to come and shop by foot or by bicycle. And then we can actually take these houses, although those houses do have a connection. Maybe we can use these just right around here. Can plop them in there. Yeah, I think I like that. And then we need to search for something that fits a little more. I don't actually know if we have that for around here. Maybe something like this. You know what? That actually, even though it's Japanese styled, could fit really, really well. We could cheat a little bit and get these moved, or cheat. We can actually move this a little bit into each other. Also this one, so it feels like one building. Yes, just like that, and I don't really mind that height difference here. And then we could find a building that fits to this. And I want a building that's ideally 2 deep and Japanese styled in this case. Maybe actually something like this could really work. Yes, I do think so. And we have some props here, but I can work with that in a second. Yeah, aligned like this. I think that actually really could be nice. So let's get some more down. Maybe switch it up a little bit. Something different. I don't actually know if we have that. Maybe 3 deep. Ooh, this is actually a lot too big for what I have in mind now. And all these ones have parking with it, so I don't think I really like those. Maybe there's something else we can mix in with it. Oh, something like this could actually fit quite well. It's a completely different style, but it could be rebuilded, and you see that a lot here in the Netherlands. 1970s styles versus a little bit more modern at some places. And I actually think that we could switch back nicely to these ones. Just one in the middle for a little bit of variation. Alright, now I can come with my better bulldozer and remove all of these fences from these buildings because I don't want them here. And I think that actually really nicely fits. could be something we see here in the Netherlands, definitely. I do maybe want to... Ooh, that's quite impactful actually. But I do maybe want to change the roof color if possible. It doesn't look like it's possible. But this darker color I also like a bit more. So we just put that on all of these. Yeah, and I actually quite like that. Yeah, I do. Right here we can take little pedestrian path. Can take that inside. And take a little back as a street for all these businesses here. And we'll actually, I know I've just demolished this person's house just to get rid of this service worker, and I think this is completely fine. And we can take this road and take it right into here. Alright, good, good. I really like that. Then we can take this corner lot again and try to fit that in nicely, that it doesn't clip too much. Maybe we can actually do something like this a little bit. Yeah, I think that works. I think you cannot see that from this angle here. Yeah, I think that's okay. And I think we can start with pressing play for now already, because I think the basics we have done now. So let's see, and let's see what the simulation does for us with this tiny small start we have here. And as I expected, there's not a lot of activity yet. I maybe want to put this on speed 3 for now also. But I don't think a lot of people will get here and stay here already, because we don't have that much homes yet. I really... Oh, this one spawned back. I don't really know why. Alright, just like that. And I really want to fence this here off. I'm gonna take these hatches. Gonna do it just like that. Yes, nice, nice. I like that. And we'll be removing these trees here, because I also want to develop this lot, maybe with a school, or I don't know yet actually. And there we have our first milestone unlocked. Tiny village, that's also always nice. And we also have some signature buildings with that. Also always great. But for now I want to also develop this side of the street. And I do really want to mimic something I did here, maybe with just a little bit different of a corner lot. Maybe we'll be utilizing this one here. Yeah, and I really like the look of that. It's quite a nice mix. Quite a nice mix of some older style buildings with the modern ones. I did opt to use the same corner lot here because I think it's actually pretty nice. And if I look just right here, I think a pathway here would be good too. Yes, very nice. Okay, I'll do it like this. Here I'm just building a little parking area for our shopping district we just built. Some things don't go quite as planned in this little fastened up section. So I thought I would just do a little voiceover for you all. So you can enjoy the sped up video and just me talking a little bit over it. As you can see here, I use services to make a custom parking area, but it doesn't go quite as planned, and you'll be seeing me reviving it in just a little second. But I really thought it would be necessary to have some parking close by, so everybody can come also with the car to do some groceries and get their necessary items they need. So here you can see me do that. And here I add some electric parking also, because that's also very important. And I use also the Dutch services for these parking areas, the Dutch taals, if you would say, and I give it a nice little border so that it looks quite nice, actually, if I must say so myself. Right, and I think it's just about the right time to get some services in for our citizens, because I see popping up some waiting for ambulances and some hearses needed. So I think it would be a good idea to get started with a small medical clinic somewhere, and to stay in the Dutch theme. I was firstly thinking about this Dutch medical clinic, but I'm just gonna place it for a little bit. I actually do really think that this doesn't really fit in the place I want it to be, a little bit close to our shopping center, because I think this would be more placed next to a highway or somewhere they would just dispatch ambulances from. So I am gonna look into something else, maybe a little bit more vanilla or something like the UK medical clinic. This one I quite like. I actually don't know if I like it. It's maybe a little bit too suburban. Maybe something like this, the EE medical clinic, I actually really like. Maybe that would fit just about here. Yes, it actually would. Let me look if I like the look of that. And I think I really like the look of that, if I'm honest with you all. Yes, I really think I do. It might be a little bit big for this small city we have right now, but I think it will fit very nicely with what we are gonna build. I do want it a little bit more to here though, because I want to take this street, maybe disable the snapping. Yeah, just like that. Give it a little bit more of a feeling that it is accessible from a lot of places. Yeah, just like that. Then I wanna also take this. A little bit like this. So that it feels like we actually have some assets just around here. Doesn't look like... oh, it actually did connect it. Can remove this. Take a two-way car path. and connect it into here so that it is also functional and they can use this back road to leave. Yeah, I actually really like that. Yes, I do. And then we can even use this road to make some more residential buildings. Take it out through here. Yeah, maybe take these 3 longs. And maybe take 1 more of these. Drop it around here. Yeah. And then we can actually get started on a little bit more custom parking just in front and nearby of these new housing estates. Take this path and snap it into here. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I actually quite like that. Then I also wanted to be working on some dev care and maybe some industrial. But let's first roll the city for just a little bit and let's look what our balance does with this new clinic, because I really think that this will be an expensive one. And when I'm looking right here, I can't stop but think that we actually do need parking here. So I'll be, hey, milestone 2, that is very nice. Some new signature buildings. And I do really think that we will need some parking here. Yeah, just like that. And then I'll be taking these poles I like, just to make sure that no one drives into these cars from this side. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Looks good. And I'm gonna detail this up a little bit. So let's start the time lapse for that. Yeah, and I actually really start to like this. I want to leave open some spaces for some parks. We actually eventually can remove maybe parts of this, so we have a little bit more park space. But I actually really like the green like this. It's something you would also really see in the Netherlands. We really do integrate a lot of green into our neighborhoods. So that's nice. I really like it. And as if you could have seen, I've rebuilt this because I actually didn't like how it wasn't straight with the railway. And in the beginning of the episode, I actually thought this was straight with the railway too, but I think that actually is fine. Because I want to wrap up with some extra housing here and maybe a little bit more industrial, and then I think that's gonna be it for this one. And then I think we actually made quite a nice start to our civilization here, or our city, I must say, actually. And I'm actually quite happy with what we delivered already on the first one. So let's get straight into building up some more residential here and then looking into some industrial, because we do actually have an unemployment problem because 42% of our citizens are unemployed at the moment. And maybe all the way at the end we can wrap up with a nice elementary school somewhere for our residents. Yes, yes, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's check our economy for a second. Because we're earning a lot less than we're spending. And I'm curious because of what. Of course, because of our death care, we have quite a big facility. 300 patients. And we will actually not need that at all for quite some time. So I'm gonna be putting this down to like 50%. I also know that that impacts some other things quite negatively. But I think we'll have to live with that for now. And then to wrap everything up, I do want to be getting started on a little industrial space. And I think right across the water here we have some nice spaces, because I checked the wind earlier and blows right around here. So if we take this nice space, we can actually build some industrial, I think. But now I'm thinking of it, maybe we can actually better buy some tiles here. Let's look if that's possible. It will cost us quite a lot, but I actually do think that's worth it. Is it? I'm really thinking about this now for a second. I should have done that earlier. Maybe it is better for us to unlock a tile somewhere around here that maybe costs a little less also. Maybe just this tile. Do we have nice access to this tile? Yes, we have a road running straight through there. It is quite some ways away, but I actually like this location a lot more. And then I'm actually quite happy with what we've accomplished today. We've did quite a... and then I'm quite happy with what we've accomplished today. We did quite a lot. Built a nice little suburban start of our city. Got some nice residential in. Shopping facilities and even a nice medical hub. And I think we built a really good foundation on what we can build even further. We can implement public transportation and an even better city for our citizens. So I really want to thank you for watching my first City Skylines video. It actually is one of the first videos I've ever made, maybe on 1 or 2 Minecraft videos way back in the day, like 8, 9, 10 years ago maybe already. And I know it probably wasn't flawless, and I did a lot of things incorrect or misspeaked in quite some areas of this video. And I do really already want to apologize for that. But I'm working on it and I think it will get better over time. And yes. But for now I really want to thank you for watching and I hope you're excited to see more of my interpretation of Zwolle. See me build some public transport and some really intricate road designs here in this city. And for now I'll say laters. Dankjewel.